We're going to invite you to a class this morning coming up on February 25th that's going to hopefully prevent you from falling victim to scams and frauds. It seems like every day there's a new one popping up, and they know that quite well at the Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union, which is why Tiffany Wolf is here to let us know about that class on the 25th at their Southside location. But she's brought with her Joel Freund, who is 16 years, is that right, with the FBI?
Yes.
28 years as a CPA now with HHM CPAs, and you're going to be kind of the master of the class that day. Do I have that right?
Oh, yes.
So good to see you both.
Nice seeing you.
I mean, I don't want to get the headline wrong, but I'm pretty sure that in the last couple of weeks, there was a story up on Signal Mountain of a few people who got scammed out of quite a bit of money. It's very prevalent, and people with great intentions who think they know what they're doing, it'll never happen to me, fall victim to it. Joel, is that right?
That is absolutely right.
Is it?
Yes.
Does it start from not having the right protections and passwords and that type of thing, or is there something that you can point to that's a usual culprit?
There's a lot of things you can do to prevent scammers from being opportunistic with you and your money. Even if you do all of those things, the way that scammers work is they try to instill fear and urgency in what you're doing. And when they have that, somebody who might think rational all the other times, they start thinking irrational, and they start believing what those scammers are telling them. Mm-hmm. And instead of doing the right thing, they do what the scammers are telling them to do. And that is how people, just like these two people up on Signal Mountain, invest in something that is too good to be true, but they thought it was something that, you know, was true, and that's how they lost their money. So very smart people, and they probably would go back and say that they would never do it again.
Right.
But at that specific moment, they were willing to trust that person on the other end of that phone.
We'll get into some more specifics, but I know, Tiffany, at the credit union, y'all are very, very careful. You pride yourself on being a community resource for people.
Of course,
But
yeah.
there are still a lot of steps that your customers have to go through to prove that they are them.
Yeah, well, we always ID people, or, you know, confirm that it is who
Sure.
it is. But, you know, one thing I always like to tell people is we, as a credit union, will never call someone and ask for their personal information, right? Mm-hmm. So it's different if they're calling us, but just
Right.
a simple tip there.
Yeah, I mean, is that typically how this is happening? Is a good rule of thumb, just don't answer the phone if you don't recognize the number?
That is definitely
I mean,
a
that
good
sounds
prevention
silly,
tactic,
but
yes.
I mean, it seems like every day on my cell phone, it's potential scam that pops up on that caller ID. But if it's a home phone, you might not see that, and a lot of older people still have a home phone.
Yes, there's many ways that scammers will contact people, either text, email, or by their phone. And even if that person who's on the other end is very, very believable, you should always verify. You can call your bank, you can call an investment company, you can call your friends, your loved ones. You need to talk about situations before you go ahead and wire money or transfer money or buy gift cards or send cryptocurrency.
Is a big one still that your granddaughter is arrested for a DUI and you need to send $10,000 to bail her out of jail? That one was going around for a while, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. Those are called grandparent schemes, and they contact grandparents and strike fear into those grandparents that something bad's going to happen to their grandkids. And they say the only way to prevent that from happening is to send this money immediately.
And often they were able to make it sound like the grandchild on the other end of the phone, I guess through AI.
Through AI cloning, that is a big thing right now. And all they need is 2 seconds of somebody's voice. And so we have a lot of kids posting stuff on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And once they have those 2 seconds, they can do a lot of amazing things with that voice.
Really?
Yes.
So this event on the 25th is for anybody, right? Anybody can be scammed.
Yes, everybody.
What are you going to be talking about? What's the day going to be structured like? I know it's just for the hour that afternoon, but what are you going to be doing?
So I plan on letting people know the current scams, the current trends that are out there, the different types of scams. There's probably 10 or 12 that I'm going to go over in very specific detail. Red flags, so you know when a scam is actually happening to you, and then things to do prior to you actually wiring money or sending money, gift cards, cryptocurrency, or anything like that to those scammers.
Does it typically happen that you end up getting scammed because of an action that you take as opposed to just somebody comes and snatches your identity without you noticing it?
Yeah, so as everybody is very familiar with, phishing scams and business email compromise scams is where somebody will send you an email, you think it's from a trusted individual, you click a button, then they gain access to your computer, your phone, and then that kind of starts the domino effect on how they can gain access to your money. Other than that, it's basically just believing somebody as to what they're telling you and you following those steps. And before you know it, you're giving them your money because they have instilled that trust and confidence in you.
I'll toss this back to you, Tiffany, real fast, but as the credit union, it's both to your benefit from just do the right thing by your customers as well as your own self-interest to have as many layers of protection as you possibly can, I'm sure, to keep that money protected for people.
Yeah, we always are doing our best. We have a whole department working just to try to help people out. We, do things like this and have all sorts of prevention methods and,
Is this an RSVP thing or just show up?
Yeah, you can go to tvfcu.com/events and sign up there. We are providing free lunch, so we do want people to sign up.
I will tell you this, Joel, when the AI voice grab kind of became a thing that people knew about, my mom, 94, would answer the phone for about 2 weeks straight when we would call her. She has this little voice like mine, and she answered the phone, hello. She had disguised her voice so that people couldn't grab it. We finally said, I think you can stop that now, Mom. But she was determined.
Yeah, well,
There's your laugh for the day. TVFCU.com is where you can always learn more, but this event is the 25th of February. Their Southside location is over on West 20th Street. And of course, HHM CPA, thank you so much for sharing the expertise with us.
thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.